This movie is on customizing the quick access toolbar. Before we get to the customization, we're going to look at redo and undo because we haven't covered that yet. And then we're going to move on to adding command icons from the ribbon to the quick access toolbar. And then we'll add them from Backstage. And we have two options when we add the icons to the quick access toolbar. We can have it be effective for all workbooks, or we can have it be effective for just the workbook that we're working in. We can, of course, change the display order of the icons on the quick access toolbar. We can import and or export our custom settings. And if we want to, we can reset the default view of the quick access toolbar. I've got a worksheet set up with a schedule again that lists the most amount of money paid thus far for cars that were sold at auction. And we're going to demonstrate how to customize the quick access toolbar, but I also want to review the functionality of the quick access toolbar in its default version. Before I do that, I want to move the quick access toolbar to be shown below the ribbon. In order to do that, left click that drop down and then left click show below the ribbon. And when I do that, I also have the option then to show it back above the ribbon. I'm going to click off of that. We of course have the save icon, and then following that we have two grayed out icons that are undo and redo. The nice thing about the redo and undo buttons is that they will track and maintain and remember up to 100 steps that you take when you're making changes in your worksheet. These changes will be maintained up to the point where you save your worksheet, and then when you open it up again, you won't see them anymore. But while you're making changes, and I can bold the heading, and now we see I have the option to undo that. And it says bold. It doesn't tell you what you bolded, but be that as it may, I can then make that italicized, increase the size, and now we should have 4 because I increased the font size twice. And maybe I want the dollar amounts to be displayed as dollars, so I'll change the formatting and get rid of the zeros. So I've got 2 format cell steps. And thus far, I don't have a redo because all I've done is done things to the worksheet. When I press the back arrow, now my redo is displayed. So I can redo what I just undid, which was to have that last 0 disappear. If I undo twice, I redisplay both zeros after the decimal, and again I can redo those adjustments. And because I have a capacity of 100 steps, in this case, I can go back to the way my schedule looked when we first opened up the worksheet and undo everything. And of course, then I can redo all of those steps in the sequence in which I did them. So that's the standard quick access toolbar. So we can add icons to the quick access toolbar, and there are several ways we can do it. We can do it by adding icons from the ribbon, and there are actually several ways we can do that. We can select one icon, let's say the bottom align, right-click and add it to the quick access toolbar, and I've added that icon, and I can click on it, and anything that I put into cell A1 now will be aligned on the bottom. Or I can right-click the whole group and select Add to Quick Access Toolbar. And now I have the entire group that's been added. This functionality is not available in every case. For instance, when I drop down to change the font size, and I right-click, and let's say I want to add a button to change the font to 11, I only get the option to add the gallery to the Quick Access Toolbar. And when I do that, I get, of course, the entire gallery, not just the ability to change the font point to 11. So I'm going to remove this button from the Quick Access Toolbar by right-clicking and then left-clicking Remove from Quick Access Toolbar. So I have my alignment group, and I have my font size slider bar that I can pick a different font size. So that's adding icons from the ribbon, but we can also go backstage by right-clicking the Quick Access Toolbar and left-clicking Customize Quick Access Toolbar, And we're taking Backstage, where we have a list of the commands that are filtered, currently showing us popular commands, but we can generate a list in other ways, the commands not in the ribbon, all commands, and so on. And on the right side, we have the current view of the Quick Access Toolbar. The default for adding icons in this dialog box is to add for all documents. So I'm going to leave that at the default and add sort of randomly a couple of icons by selecting them first and then left-clicking Add. And if I decide I don't want to actually add one, or I want to remove one that has been added, I can select Remove. And so the Quick Access Toolbar, as it is now defined, will look this way in all workbooks. But we can add some icons to be displayed in only the workbook that we're working in. And if you're going to do that, it's a good idea probably to add a separator, which you can actually add in between other icons that you're establishing that may be logically grouped together. In this case, I'm going to just separate all the commands that are available to all workbooks from the commands that are just available in this workbook. So I want to add some icons to just this workbook, the Chapter 26 workbook. And I'm going to just randomly again select a few, Calculate Now, Filter, Add. And now I've defined two Quick Access Toolbars. I'm going to left click OK, and I see that my Quick Access Toolbar for this workbook, Chapter 26, contains the workbook specific icons and the icons that are to be displayed for all workbooks. I've launched another instance of Excel showing on the right that shows our Quick Access Toolbar with the icons, the command icons for all workbooks, compared to the Quick Access Toolbar on the left, which contains those icons and the icons that we set up for just Workbook Chapter 26. As we're customizing the Quick Access Toolbar, we can change the order in which the icons are displayed. I can left-click and select one and move it up or down the list. And this, of course, is true with any of them. I also have the ability to change where the Quick Access Toolbar is displayed, either above or below the ribbon. I'm going to leave it where it is. Once I establish the customized settings for the Quick Access Toolbar, and the ribbon for that matter, I can export, or if I've already done so, import those settings into another computer. I'm going to left-click Import, where I have an example of what the file looks like, Excel customizations.exported UI user interface. I'll cancel out of that. And if I should decide at some point that I am tired of or want to reset the default view for the Quick Access Toolbar and the ribbon, I can easily do that by left-clicking Reset, where I can reset either the Quick Access Toolbar customizations, or I can reset all the customizations, which include the ones I've done for the ribbon as well. I get Excel asking me, delete all ribbon and Quick Access Toolbar customizations for this program? Question. Excel wants to make sure that I'm sure that's what I want to do. When I click Yes, the customizations that were set up for the Quick Access Toolbar for all documents disappear. Now left-click OK. And then further, if I want to remove the customizations for the icons that were established for just this workbook, I can do that by selecting them individually. So that's the Quick Access Toolbar. We started by looking at the standard Quick Access Toolbar, where we had the redo and undo functionality. We found that we can add command icons from the ribbon in one of a couple of ways. We could also add command icons by going Backstage. And when we add these icons Backstage, we can add them to be effective in all workbooks or in just the workbook that we are working in. While we're working with the Quick Access Toolbar Backstage, we can change the display order of the command icons. And once we get some customizations that we're happy with, we can export those customizations and then import them into another computer. And if we get to the point where we want to reestablish the default ribbon settings or the default Quick Access Toolbar, we can do that backstage as well.